You are listening to The Objective Jerk, and I am said jerk. What's going on? How's it hanging? Yeah. What did I do? I did Star Trek 2, my last one, and I still have like a lot of time. Like I've put out, let me see. I've put out, this month has been, I've put out more episodes. November was like, man, I only did 3. October was okay. September, I had a lot. But yeah, this one I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this will be 10. Possibly have 11, but probably not. I'll probably have 10. So 10 episodes for this month. And man, I just closed it. And I have an hour and 28 minutes remaining. So after I do this podcast, I'll have roughly an hour. So, and I'm probably not going to end up using it. But they got it figured out pretty good. So if I go one plan down, it's like I never have enough, so it's fine. It works. I don't mind. But so that's kind of, I figured, because I just uploaded yesterday. I actually recorded that Star Trek, The Wrath of Khan. I recorded like a week ago, but I just uploaded it yesterday. And then, yeah, so, and generally, I don't do a podcast unless it's kind of like there's like a break. Like, man, it's been a little while, and I'll try and do some sort of, story time, or, it's something's kind of egging at me and I just want to talk about it. So, I mean, and I guess to say that what I want to talk about, it's not that it's not bothering me, but it's not to the point where I got to record a podcast. But I guess it saves my wife from having to listen to me, because I probably would have been talking to her about all this stuff. So, I mean, she's heard some of it, but, and again, for those that don't know, if this is your first time, this microphone is my therapy, and I don't have any like relatable friends, because I moved abroad. So I try not to, infect my kids and my wife with all this BS, the politics that's going on. So that's what this is for. Did you guys see the video? Let me know if you think, for those that do watch the videos, if you want me to have more clips in the videos about the stuff I'm talking about. If you do, I can figure it. Oh, I mean, I do it. I know how to do it. It's just I can work through it. You know what I mean? It's kind of, yeah, it's fine. If it's something, you guys can comment or email theobjectivejerk@gmail.com. Let me know. So yeah, man, put some videos for some context. I get it, but it's so easy to find these videos now. It's not like, the internet's not everywhere in everybody's pocket, and everybody's, even if you're not on social media and you want to look this stuff up, it's pretty easy to look it up. So, but one thing I thought was quite funny was a lady who picked up a live flash grenade or flashbang. Some police officers or ICE, trying to get rid of the protesters. I don't think it was ICE though. I think because police, like local sheriff and they're starting to kind of come in and kind of break up some of the protesting and stuff now. But so a flashbang was thrown, and a lady picked it up to throw it, but she didn't do it quick enough, and it went off. And it's not a grenade. There's no shrapnel. But there is a pretty good force of pressure. That comes out of there. People have had them in their pockets and it's blew out their pocket and it's scarred them up pretty good. But yeah, if it's in your hand, she lost a finger, I think. And yeah, so it's kind of, I mean, it sucks for her in all honesty, but given the situation, it's pretty funny. And I don't feel sorry for her. It's just, but, it's just one of those things. But yeah, flash, they can mess you up though. And I don't like to talk about things that you can do to minimize, I tell my kids, but to minimize the destruction of, not that, I mean, I instill some knowledge on them, but I never been around flashbangs. I've tossed training flashbangs, which were not the same thing. They went off, but it was like, I did, I've carried flashbangs, but it was always when you're on like a, SRT, you never grab you have flashbangs like on your back generally. So a lot of times the person behind you would be grabbing the stuff out, you know what I mean? So I would have my stuff taken and somebody would use it. So I never got to throw a flash bang. I don't think. Actually, that's a lie. I did do a training with real ones actually, but mostly it was just training flashbangs through grenades in the army and stuff. But yeah, with flashbangs, I remember I've never been on the receiving end. I did have a teammate who jumped the gun and went into a room a little early when it went off, and yeah, he was pretty messed up for a good 15-20 minutes, I'd say. And indoors it's even worse, inside, although nobody got like concussed or really flashed by this one. This lady just got injured. I don't even know if it was a flash. I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to think like outdoors why you'd throw it. I mean, it's loud, but yeah. I mean, it wasn't smoke. It's funny though, like when people get shot or whatever. Oh my God, why couldn't you tase them? Why couldn't you do this? Why couldn't you do that? And then when people get injured with those things or whatever, they still cry about it. It's like, shut up, dude. Anyway. I just, it's like people that just think they know everything and will tell people the best way to do when they just have no clue about what they're talking about. Like, absolutely none. It's just insane. Man, I did have an article pulled up. There was, let's see. Again, I'm just spitballing here. Not spitballing, that's the wrong term, but I'm just talking out my ass like I do. But I do have what the topics anyway. So the flashbang lady, it was funny. Sorry. And then there was like a stabbing. So I grew up mostly in Washington State, and there's two incidences. An incident. How the hell? I feel like I'm saying that wrong. Anyway, two circumstances that occurred close to where I used to live. So, I lived in and around Tacoma, and there's a city or small town or whatever called Parkland, and there was a stabbing there recently. Muslim individual, I guess, approached somebody who was homeless, living in a car, I guess, and he had his dog, and he asked him like what his religion was or who he believed in or who whatever. And I guess first he said no, nobody, nothing or something, but then he's like, oh come on, who was it, whatever. And then he just said, okay, Christian or God, Jesus or whatever, I don't know. And then the guy proceeded to stab him and stab his dog. I Man, you know what? I think the guy survived. I know the dog survived. The dog was taken to a vet hospital and they did surgery and it lived. And the victim, I think he survived. Dang it. Maybe I should double check that. But the assailant, he ended up dying. I'm not sure if I'll just pull it up, I guess. What the hell? What else I got to do? I got an hour and 20 minutes to kill. I'm not going to do it an hour long podcast. But let's see. Let me see. I'll see if, just to get a little more information, just for those that don't. What's this? Top chef and dad of 3 ID'd as 4th victim of Maine. Oh, there's another plane crash. All right, let's see. Oh, yeah. This thing, too. I think this is a fake. Hold on. I'll talk about it. I want to get ahead. That's pretty funny, though. Or it looks pretty funny. Oh, man, come on. What am I doing? Oh, no, go back. This thing. Okay, let's see. I'm going to type it in here. And it's not typing. Okay, there we go. Let's see if we can get... What? It was... See, the New York Post, their search engine sucks, dude. Anyway, okay, I guess. I mean, they're a little more right-wing, I guess you would say, but I don't know, to me they're a little more center, but I guess maybe they do center, but right. I'll just type it in here. And see, let's see. Okay. So King 5. So those are the local. I guess I could just do the search ins. I don't like using the AI and stuff. I just don't. I try not to. I'm like actively not using Chat GP, all the AI crap. I don't want to succumb. But let me see what this says. Okay. Search assistant or assist. In Parkland, Washington, a man was stabbed after being approached by an assailant who asked about his religion. The attacker was later shot and killed by police during the encounter following, which is everything I said. Let me see. Man. Okay, you know what? Let's do a little, let's try this out. Let's see. Here's MSN. Let's look at this one. MSNBC, who is like the most left-wing news outlet there is. If there's one that's worse, let me know. But I don't think there is. Now it's just MSN. I'm trying to change their name because their shit sucks. A man and his dog were stabbed early Sunday morning in a convenience store parking lot in Parkland. According to the Pierce County Sheriff's Department, the suspect was later killed in an officer-involved shooting. Officers received a 911 call shortly before 6:30 from Eddie Nitch something, who reported he had been stabbed, so he must have lived, by an unknown assailant in the parking lot where he and his girlfriend and 2 dogs live in their car. Okay, so that was pretty on point. Both the guy and the girl and his dog were transported. Not the girl, though. Sorry. Were transported to the hospitals for serious or critical condition. Deputies searched the area. Around 8:45, deputies spotted the suspect fleeing into a residential neighborhood. Found him armed in a home's backyard. He was armed with a couple of knives, and he came at the deputies. Multiple deputies fired. The suspect was pronounced dead at the hospital. Now, for those that, if somebody has a knife, you shoot them. Okay. There is no, if somebody has if somebody has a weapon that can kill you, you shoot them. As a police officer, yes. If you're by yourself, especially, we used to do these drills and stuff. It's like, okay, if you end up in a situation, if somebody's standing there and they got the bat down, holding it alongside them, you know what I mean? Can he hit you with it? I mean, he doesn't have the means. He has the capability. It's there, but he doesn't have it up. He's not coming at you, So in that instance, no, you can't shoot him, right? But if you're by yourself, you don't want to have the taser necessarily, because what if he does start to come up, you go to tase him, those things miss, they don't always work, and then now he's coming at you with a bat and you're struggling to get your gun out. You know what I mean? So if they have a weapon that can kill you, you have your gun, you tell him to drop it. You know, him holding it there, and he doesn't drop it, that doesn't mean you can shoot him. But then you either wait for a deputy to come, and then he brings his taser, and then they tase him and take him down and do it that way. You know what I mean? But you can't, just because, it could be almost anything. So there's lots of little things that people don't realize, and they try and talk and speak on, oh, well, you should have done this, shoulda, coulda, did this in seconds worth of, time. You have this much. I mean, people can't even figure out some of the stuff with the petty guy, and they're like rewinding, zooming in, doing, it took them forever. So it's like, and then, so you expect officers to just know exactly the perfect way to do. Yeah, I mean, it was a mistake. It wasn't negligence. They made a mistake, but it was an honest mistake. So we'll talk about that too. But anyway, all right, so he shot them. I said, I'm not religious, and he goes, well, what? Oh, okay. The attack began when the suspect approached the guy and asked, he's got a last name I can't pronounce, asked about his religion, and the guy said he initially responded that he wasn't religious, but the man pressed further. I said, I'm not religious, and he goes, well, what religion are you? I said, I guess Christian. The suspect then accused the guy of pursuing him, a claim the guy denied. He said, you've been looking for me for some time. And I said, I don't even know you. The suspect attacked moments later, striking the dude multiple times with 2 knives and puncturing his lung. During the attack, the dude told his girlfriend to release their dog from the car. Oh, no. What kind of dog was it, though? Was it like a little Yorkie dog or something? Release the hounds. It's a little Pomeranian or some shit. During the attack, the dude and his girlfriend, released their dog from the car. The dog attacked the suspect and was also stabbed. My shirt was drenched with blood, the dude said. At the hospital, dude discovered the suspect was being treated in an adjacent room while being interviewed by the police. Wow. He heard the commotion next door. And then I'm sitting there and I hear code red, and they wheeled the guy in right beside me in the next room. After learning the suspect had died, the dude said he felt conflicted. When I found out that he died, I thought to myself, oh, he died, I felt bad. And I thought he just stabbed me. It's, you can feel bad for the guy, obviously mentally. But look at, so he's asking about, I'm pretty sure this guy was Muslim. But you notice they don't say anything about that. But if it was, if the guy that got attacked was Muslim and the other guy was Christian, they'd be all, oh, Christian, this and that. Well, let me see. Because I want to say I heard, but they could just be, maybe it's just like an atheist or something. Who knows? But I'm going to see. So now I'm reading Fox. An armed man was shot and killed by police officers. Stabbed the man and his dog and asking about what religion he practiced. Quick stop grocery. I think I've been there. When the officers okay, I want to see what it says. According to authorities, the victim reported that the unknown man approached him. I guess if he was still alive or something, maybe they'd have a photo of him. And asked what religion he was. The victim answered the man and said something about being Christian. The man then attacked and stabbed the victim and his dog. Before being transported to the hospital, the victim was able to give a description, and they looked for him for several hours. The guy's dog was transported to a local hospital, animal hospital, taken surgery. 2 hours later, they found him. They shot. We know that. Okay, the condition of both the victims and the dog had not been really. Oh, this is an older one. I don't know. I read something or heard. I thought I read it, but I think maybe I heard it. That it was, here we go. More, but it's, I don't know. People kind of jump to conclusions and stuff, but I was kind of curious to see if they would say it. So maybe he was just deranged. Maybe he's, he didn't care what religion you were. He was going to stab you anyway or something. Who knows? I don't mean to pick on Muslims, but it's kind of happens a lot. More so in Europe and stuff, I guess. But so I guess I was wrong. Maybe, I don't know, we'll see. But like the Pettit, what's his name? I don't know. Yeah, I didn't say too much about that just because, information was still coming out or whatever. So, all right, anyway, next thing. What was I going to talk about? So, okay. And then there's also a funny video. See, this video I kind of wanted to clip and put in the video. Man, I forgot. I was thinking about that because it's funny. Although I like to kind of react to stuff, but I don't know. It's better to kind of know so I don't react to something lame. This is pretty good though. Again, near where I lived, Pierce County deputies got a call of a, suspicious individual walking around the neighborhood, like alongside houses and stuff, like places, shouldn't be. And so the video starts, it shows them, talking to whoever called it in, and that person took a picture of the person. And so then they went and they found her walking around the house, and it was, a woman, looks kind of like a, dyke lesbian kind of individual. She's wearing like a UPS jacket and carrying a bag. She was like at somebody's front door kind of, and they're like, hey, can you come here and talk? So she kind of comes down there and they're like, what's going on? She's like, oh, I'm going door to door trying to sell something for like photography, she says. And then the cop's like, well, you see that sign says no solicitation. And, oh, no, okay. And, they're like, so she's saying she's going door to door photography, but she's wearing like a UPS delivery jacket. So it's kind of like, so the cops are kind of like, something don't seem right. So they start asking her more questions. Hey, can you come down here? What's with the jacket? This and that. And then nothing's really kind of adding up. And they're like, hey, we're going to do a, they used to call it when they do like the frisk, and they just kind of go through and pat, make sure they don't have weapons or anything like that as they talk to them. And so she gave them permission to, and she's, hey, we're going to pat you down. Right. So they start pat. She's got her hands, and every time he's kind of doing stuff, she keeps moving her hand. He's like, hey, keep your hands on the car. Okay. Otherwise, you're going to go on the ground. She's like, okay. And she kept doing it. He kept telling her. Well, I mean, maybe it was like 3 times. But anyway, so finally she complied. But then they found a gun. It was like one of those old, like, it's almost like the gun that was used to assassinate Abraham Lincoln. The little kind of, 22, it's like a 2-shot kind of little, you just like, you break it open, put them in there. It's like, God, I can't think of what they're called. And then she's like, oh, I found that. And I thought maybe, this and that. And it's just, you can just, the lies coming and this and that. So, they get enough stuff on her. Like, it's just not working out. Or, oh, no, it comes out she was a convict or something. And then, so they're taking her in. Or, so they, the reader writes that she's handcuffed. She's there. They're kind of going through her bag. And then all of a sudden she goes into a seizure. But she's faking it, and they're like, oh, man, that's a pretty good one, It's these cops were like really based. It was funny. But then he goes over to do the sternum rub, which is what you do to kind of get people out of whatever, so he does that, and she's like, oh, he's like, oh, you good now? But regardless, they still called for, EMS to come in case, just to be safe, which, and they kind of yell at her for that too. It's like, now we got fire coming here. They're going to check on you and this and that. These are all taxpayers' dollars that you're wasting and then, so she's sitting there, and the one cop is like, oh, hey, I found some dope. And the other guy's like, shocking, And I don't know. It was just pretty hilarious. I thought it was funny. Anyway, but yeah. Let me know if you want video clips more. Anyway, I do it sometimes, but yeah, look it up. Pierce County police officers arrest, lady wearing UPS jacket and fakes a seizure. If you put those in the Google search or whatever, you'll probably find it. It was funny. And then I guess last thing, where am I at? Let me check my time. Where am I at? 20. Oh, okay. I guess I'm done. I can go over. Let me know also too. Are my episodes too long, too short? I kind of feel like, because I go for like 23, 25. This is a good me talking, rambling on, but I don't know. Sometimes it goes over. But yeah, generally it's that. But anyway, so there's a new video of Ilhan Omar, and I didn't hear what was said. I gotta watch it. Oh, see, I should have a video. Dang it! How can I? Maybe I can just click on the video. Is it gonna show it here, or is it gonna talk? Is it gonna show what was said? Or so what I saw. To me, this looks like a Jussie Smollett kind of fake. Oh no, this is something else. I think maybe I don't know. It's a different clip of the same place. So I think she was talking about something. But so she's sitting there talking in a room to some people, and a guy comes up and just with a syringe starts squirting stuff at her and saying stuff at her, and then she comes away from the podium like she's gonna fight him. What? Huh? You want some of this? You know what I mean? It's like ridiculous. And so then the guy grabs him, and first of all, the guy is just like grabbing him, like bear hugging him, but the guy's, he's got a syringe, so he could sit there and stab the guy. You know what I mean? So if you're PSD or you're some, if you're security and it's a legit situation, you're getting control of that hand and whatever's in it first, and then they just kind of, so he bear hugs him and they take him away, and then they just kind of continue on. It's like, dude, what was in the syringe? That could be biological. You don't know what's in there. Everybody should have been escorted out of there. They should have tested that. You know what I mean? It was so obvious that it was a fraud, a fake, whatever. That it's so ridiculous, dude. The left is so flippin' ridiculous. And it's like they're thinking, because they think that Trump getting his ears not shot off literally, but was staged. Like, people think that was fake. Oh my gosh, look at his ear, looks fine. Dude, that's plastic surgery. He did not get hit directly. The bullet whizzed by his ear, and the force from the bullet split it. And then your ear bleeds, just like your forehead. You know what I mean? But they don't understand that. They don't get it. But it's just, and again, I don't know what it is. And then, so this Pettit guy, right? Is that his name? I keep saying it, but I think I might be saying it wrong. The nurse that got killed, right? So a couple days ago, sorry. Gosh, man. Reason to kill. Yes, I did talk. Yeah. So, and it's, my opinion about it is still the same. It looks like, yes, the officers, I think I already said it, made a mistake, but it was an honest mistake. It wasn't intentional. They weren't, it was a reaction to the gunshot. Whether the gun went off because of the way the gun is, like maybe he racked the slide back, and then before he could, he should drop the magazine, then rack it. Who knows? Supposedly they were kind of known for that, but even if, trigger discipline and he fired it, it does, when you look at when people slow it down and break it down, and the gun does appear to go off. And I think, and the individual who was covering him, the gun goes off, his hand is behind his back, they know he has a gun, and they're fighting him, they shot him. You know what I mean? It was just the information you got at that moment. He made that decision based off what this guy was doing, and the fact that he had a gun. So, yes, I guess if you had to, say what happened, it was a mistake. He didn't have his gun, but it wasn't intentional. He wasn't executed in the streets, And then the dude, everybody's trying to paint him like this. Oh my gosh, too. It's like this is what he did for fun on his days off. He was part of the Signal group. He was following ICE. He was chasing him down. He got into an altercation with them the week prior and getting tackled and getting laid on, whatever. His rib got fractured, and so he was on whatever. So he gets his rib broken, gets manhandled. And then he comes back next week and he's got a gun, It's like the guy did it to himself. Again, just like the Renee chick. They put themselves in this situation. I've been posting a lot. I was trying not to post political stuff on my personal one, but there's just so much stuff, and there's so much good memes, I can't help it. So I'll share them. But I shared one. I did not create it, but it was like a what do you call it? It's the diagram that Kamala loves. Dang it, what are they called? The whatever, I love them so much, they got the circles. Dang it. You know what I'm talking about, right? We got 3 circles and they overlap, and in the middle, because of the 3 whatever. So that's what it is. Van diagram? No. Dang it. Anyway, but it's like, yeah, if you're carrying a firearm, right, and that overlaps into protesting, that can be risky because you don't know what's going to go on, right? And then if you're going to impede law enforcement, dude, what do you think's going to happen? I already talked about this, so I'm not going to go into it too much. But my liberal acquaintance was at it again. The guy that's always like, I think he's trolling, and I didn't even really respond to him much. I did at first, but I'm just like, dude, he's got to be trolling. I was like, dude, you're either trolling or you're just stupid. I'm sorry, but this is like he's trying to compare Kyle Rittenhouse to this Pettit guy. Is that his name? I keep saying it Pettit, but I don't. Let me look up and see. It's not in the thing. Son of a. And if I probably look for it, I probably won't find it. Yeah, you'll see it nonstop, usually. If you're scrolling, it's like, hey, oh, savior. But now that I want to know, I'm not going to find it. But anyway, so my friend's trying to compare the two. And I'm just like, dude, it's not even the same thing. So what are you talking about? He's talking about like, oh, well, Kristi Noem said, it's like, that doesn't matter. I don't care about what Kristi. So that's the thing, is like, he watches the bullshit news. I don't watch any of that shit. I don't. I watch like what do you call it? Not corporate journalism, but like independent journalism and content creators. I watch different content creators who watch everything, all the news, because I'm not going to do it. Like, no way. So they watch everything, and then they take all that stuff and they show you clips and they talk about it. You know what I mean? Like, they show stuff that, like, The View. I can't stand listening to The View. Even I always fast forward because, like, they're so stupid and annoying. But, so it's like, I don't watch all that crap, but I'm not living in a bubble either. And it's just, and all of his remarks are just, they go with that. And I know he's liberal, but I still kind of think he's trolling. And he just kind of likes, like, he's trying to get me. And I stopped kind of going back and forth with him a while ago. But because I was just like, dude, he's got to be trolling. He has to be, man. So that's what, like, the last, and I'm like, dude, again, you're trolling or you're dumb. Sorry. But it's not even the same thing. So you have an individual who went to where riots were going on to help clean up and protect, like, some friends' establishments so they wouldn't get burned or whatever, right? He had some first aid training, so he brought stuff for that, and then he carried an AR-15 as protection just in case. He's there cleaning graffiti and helping out some people. Then he gets attacked by civilians who were all criminals. The one he shot was a child molester. One had a pistol in his bag, and then he defended himself. I don't care about state lines and going wherever, but that's what happened. If you want to, whatever, with the state line bullshit, it's like, I don't care about that. I just don't. It's like, this is what happened. He was attacked. He defended himself. I've seen the entire video, And the thing is, if this guy was being honest, it's obvious to me he didn't, And then you have another guy who's going to disrupt, who's done it before, purposely disrupt law enforcement proceedings. I don't know. Get involved and disrupt, them doing their job. And then he's going to bring a pistol concealed, which they say he had a license for, but I don't think he had the license actually on. But again, I don't care about that. They're not nowhere near the same fucking thing. You have a guy who had a concealed weapon agitating law enforcement, and these law enforcement who have been dealing with getting shot at, hit, ran over, all kinds of shit, ice chunks, bricks thrown at them and everything for the last year. And then you have a kid who was just wearing his AR-15 doing some other stuff who was attacked. It's not the same thing. I don't care about who had a license or who was allowed to do whatever, this and that. Then if Rittenhouse did something wrong, then, probation, whatever. But that wasn't the point. The point was he was attacked by these people. And at the beginning, oh my gosh, he murdered. These guys were so great. And then, again, pedophiles, child, all kinds of crap. And like the worst of the worst kind of people that they're so brave. And then again, the left lies and lies and lies and lies. And it comes out, and the people still, they still believe them. That's what really kind of is like crazy. And that's why I'm thinking, Rich, if you're listening, you big dumb idiot. I'm thinking he's trolling because, God, I gotta say he's got more common sense than that. I mean, we worked as federal for the Department of the Army police officers for, I don't know, 2 years or something. And we rode together, and it was pretty cake job. Actually, it was like community policing. It kind of sucked, to be honest with you. I thought it would be cool for my going to school, but yeah, I didn't like it because we got called to the stupid shit. Oh, his trash can's on my driveway. Oh, well, like it was just like, oh my gosh, I hated it. There were some things I liked, but we hung out a lot, and we had a lot in common. I know he liked Obama. I didn't care. I was like, give Obama a chance. I didn't hate Obama, but I didn't really follow politics that much. But I kind of wonder if I had more, if I was like, no, Obama sucks, this and that. I wonder how our relationship would have been. Because we hung out a couple times outside of work, and we liked the same things and stuff. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it's because I don't want to believe that he actually believes that. I'm hoping that I hope he's trolling. I really do. I could read some of the stuff, but I'm already at like 40 minutes. So this is a longer one, but I'm trying to use up my time. But anyway, let me know what you think about what I said. Should I have more clips with the videos? I'm more about the podcast. I care about the podcast. That's what I want to grow. But I do the videos as well, just, to help it grow. But so it seems like I get more views on the videos, but it's like I'm I'm more focused on the podcast aspect of it. So those who are watching, if you would like some more video clips to go with what I'm talking about, let me know. You can make a comment or, email me, theobjectivejerk@gmail.com. But anyway, appreciate you listening and hanging out with me. Hope you are staying busy, staying warm, and staying out of trouble, man. Don't go to the protest. Even if, dude, I don't think anybody that really hates, Trump and is a far liberal listens to this. But don't go to the protest, man. Just don't. Stay out of it. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate your time, and I'll see you next time. All right. God bless. All right. Bye.